Hello, my name is Bob Sanders. I'm the Activities Director at Sparta High School. This recording is being made for those who are unable to attend our co-curricular code meeting on July 31st and to give you some important information that you'll need to know. Some of the things that were available at the meeting were the co-curricular code, concussion information forms, and WI sports physical forms. These are all available in the high school office as well as online, and these are the things that you're reviewing when you do the online registration. In order to practice, you have to do the online registration. This is where you have the chance to read all those forms and sign off that you understand them. And you also have to have a physical dated after April 1st, 2016 for it to be eligible for this year. So we're all on the same page about the purpose of education-based athletics here at Sparta High School. We're an extension of the classroom experience for the student athletes. We exist to enhance the experience they receive first in the classroom. We do this by focusing on learning leadership, communication, goal setting, organization, and those other life values, life skills that are listed there. Last year I asked all the student athletes what is it that they learned from participating in sports at Sparta High School, and the answers I got were pretty overwhelmingly based on athletic skills, making new friends, staying in shape, gaining confidence, improving their academics, and learning teamwork. So just a reminder that in academics, we are student athletes first, that in order to participate in athletics, you have to be a full-time student and that you have to do well in school. If you fail more than one class at first quarter, first semester, third quarter, or second semester, that you'll be academically ineligible. There is one re-eligibility day per quarter, and that happens after 15 school days. Or in the case of fall sports, it's 21 days after the first contest, or 15 school days, or 1/3 of the season, whatever is the lesser. So if you have questions about your fall academic eligibility, you can check with me or your coach. Just a reminder, the students have to be present at least half of the school day to participate in practice or contest, and you can have no unexcused absences. This means that if you have a doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, you're going to be gone for a few hours, that's fine. Make sure your parents call and excuse you. However, if you're going to be gone for more than half of the day, you'd have to have that approved ahead of time, and that might be the case of a family funeral or a college visit. But for the most part, we expect our students to be in school for at least half of the day in order to practice. And that the day after a competition, you have to be in your first hour class. So if you have a late night Thursday for a volleyball game, you still have to be in school for first hour on Friday, or you will be ineligible to participate in the next contest. So sometimes students make mistakes, and we know about that. So here's kind of an outline of what's going to happen in that case. If there's a lack of sportsmanship, honesty, or lack of being respectful, these are the things that the head coach will address. These will also be things that they'll address with team rules, dress code, behavior on the bus. Anytime they're representing Sparta High School, whether they have to be at practice or games, all those things that are evaluated by the head coach. However, these behaviors, if they happen in the classroom, if they're being disrespectful in the classroom, can result in a code violation for conduct unbecoming an athlete. Things that most typically get in trouble with the athletic director's office is possession of alcohol, drugs, tobacco, or lookalikes. This includes e-cigarettes or other vaping devices. Anything with the over-the-counter prescription medications, can also get in trouble. And even attending parties where others are doing these things are going to be a violation of the co-curricular code. So just a reminder that student athletes need to not be around these things. And if so, they need to remove themselves right away. There's also a conduct unbecoming a student athlete that can get misbehavior can affect your ability to play. So the process is that the code is enforced year-round, so there's no summers off. You have to behave yourself all year long. If a violation is suspected, the activities director will conduct an investigation. If a violation is issued, the student and parent will be contacted and also given a letter detailing the consequences. And then the appeals process is available, and that is outlined in the co-curricular code. One of the more common violations is alcohol, drugs, and tobacco. So if it's your first violation in this area, you'll be suspended from 1/3 of the season. However, you can have it reduced to 10% of the season by completing an approved AODA program. If it's your second violation, you'll receive a 2/3 suspension, and again, this can be reduced to 1/3 of the season by completing an AODA program. However, if it's your third violation, it's permanent loss of participation for the rest of your high school with no opportunity to reduce the consequence. Again, being aware that students are going to make mistakes, we have an opportunity for students who voluntarily self-refer a code violation before staff are aware of the incident, and it has to be an incident where police were not involved. They can have their first penalty reduced to 10%. However, if a student is dishonest during an investigation, they can have additional consequences imposed. Please note that if you're involved in more than one activity, a consequence can be imposed in all the activities. Also, for the WI rules, if at any time during a tournament you become ineligible to participate in a contest, you're ineligible for the remainder of the entire tournament. And again, the code is enforced year-round. Minor and WIA eligibility rules: you have to be a legal resident of the Sparta School District. You cannot be in your 9th semester of school, nor can you be 19 years old before September 1st. And if you transfer into the school district after your junior year, you're ineligible to compete in varsity contests for 1 calendar year. But if you have any questions about your eligibility status, feel free to make a meeting with myself here at Sparta High School. I'll be happy to help. So again, just to review, you have to have your online registration and you have to have a sports physical before you can practice. And the practice dates for fall sports are August 1st for football, August 7th for girls golf, August 8th for girls tennis and swimming, and the remainder of the fall sports start August 14th. For lettering, each coach is going to outline their own requirements for lettering, but just be aware that if you're removed from the team for disciplinary reasons at any time, even if it's after you've earned your varsity letter, you will not receive a varsity letter. Also, coaches have the discretion to award or not award varsity letters at their own discretion. For communications with parents, we know that parents want to be involved. We want parents to be involved. However, it's also important that our students are learning the skills of communication and advocacy. So typically what will happen is a parent or student will be upset with or frustrated or have questions about the amount of playing time they have. So the first step is the athlete has to talk to their coach about what they can do to earn more playing time. The next step would be the parents and the athlete can talk with the coach. The third step would be that the athlete, the parents, and the coach can meet with the athletic director. So just remember that most of these things can be dealt with at the first step where the students are talking to their coach. We don't want to jump to the parents talking to the coach unless the student has talked to the coach first. So parents should expect that the coach gives them the philosophy of the program, any of the team rules, a list of all the times and locations of practices and contests, but of course we know that things change with weather and cancellations, so we have to be flexible, along with any other requirements as far as special equipment or off-season conditioning, fundraising, as well as having a plan for what we're going to do if your child would be injured, and a clear understanding of the discipline that might result in breaking the school rules. Similarly, the coach should expect the parents to be able to raise their concerns directly to the coach in a respectful, professional manner. Always have the parents be reminded that these are professionals, that they're humans, and that they're donating a lot of their time and energy to help our boys and girls become men and women. So we want to be very respectful of that, and that we want to make sure the parents are modeling sportsmanship for the child before, during, and after contests. For everybody, we want to make sure that we're always showing respect and support for the players, coaches, spectators, the school personnel, and especially the game officials. We want to participate in cheers that are positive and directed at our own team. We also encourage parents to understand the rules. Quite frequently, rules change from back when I played and you played to the rules that the kids are playing under now. So we want to be aware of all those rules before we, say something that makes us sound silly because we don't know the rules have changed. We also want to make sure that we're never doing anything unsportsmanlike, especially to officials, coaches, or players, or other spectators. No profanity is appropriate, and we want to make sure we don't use any drugs, alcohol, or tobacco at our events. Some of the things I always encourage parents to do is praise the effort and praise the sportsmanship and the courage Don't trash the coach. Don't criticize the student's gameplay, and learn to say 5 words, and that is, I love watching you play. And then it's really difficult as a parent, but we need to stop talking after we tell our kids we love watching them play and we hope they have fun. Let the coaches do the coaching. For updated sports schedules, I always encourage you to go to mvconference.org. You can click on Sparta High School and actually subscribe to receive notifications of any game changes. You can also find this link on spartan.org under the athletics and activities. A reminder to get your Sparta Sport Passes. This is a heck of a deal. For only $100, all the family members can receive a free sports pass, although it's not good for the tournament games or any of our invitational tournaments. Adult passes for the season are $30, $20 for students, $10 for senior citizens. Otherwise, you'll end up paying $5 for each adult and $3 for each student who attend a game. Information on concussions. We do provide free baseline concussion testing. You'll need to schedule a time with the athletic trainer, who is Laura Hudson, to get that baseline test completed, and that has to be done prior to any possible concussion injuries. So we're all on the same page. A concussion is a bump or a blow that jolts, that causes the brain to hit the skull, and it changes the way the brain normally works. A lot of us might think of concussions when you get knocked out. However, research has shown that many concussions happen, in fact, most concussions happen without the loss of consciousness. Some of the signs and symptoms you might see in a person with a concussion is difficulty thinking clearly or concentrating. They'll feel dazed or foggy. They might have a headache, be nauseous, have a sensitivity to light, be more emotional than usual, and the sleeping patterns will change. In order for an athlete, now, when in doubt, we sit them out. And if we think your son or daughter's had a concussion, we're going to remove them from the game. In order to return to play, they need to see a doctor who determines if the concussion symptoms are over. And if they are, then they'll have 8-day regimen to return to play. However, if you have had the baseline test, then we can shorten that to 4 days. But the basic steps are light aerobics, light drills, full practice, and full contact. And in order to move from one stage to the next, you have to have at least 24 hours symptom-free. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact me at the Sparta High School office. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and go fight win.